Hi, it's Barb, Meeple PhD again, bringing you another Cosmic Game Connection. Recently, I saw a press feature come across my news feed on red nugget galaxies. I'd never heard of these before, and I wanted to know more. So I looked into it, and these were actually discovered over a decade ago, almost 15 years ago from what I could find. And they were first seen in Hubble data, and several of them were found in the Hubble Ultra Deep Field. The first ones they found were over 10 billion light years away, which is a huge distance, even on cosmic scales. When you consider that the edge of the known universe is about 13.7 billion light years away, 10 billion is a huge fraction of that. In astronomy, distance translates to time travel. So when you're seeing something that's 10 billion light years away, you're seeing it as it was 10 billion years ago. So these red nugget galaxies were some of the original galaxies in our universe, formed only 1 or 2 billion years after the Big Bang. In all of that intervening time, most of those have interacted with other galaxies, becoming, they think, giant elliptical galaxies today. However, about 6 years ago, researchers started finding these red nugget galaxies much, much closer to home. These closer galaxies are relics from that very early universe that somehow made it without interacting with other galaxies. They survived the entire history of the universe unscathed. How cool is that? The other cool thing is that these modern day red nuggets have honking large black holes at their centers. Now, most large galaxies, maybe all, have a supermassive black hole at their center. However, in the case of these red nuggets, they're even larger than they would expect based on the other galaxies that we know of. And what the study was telling us is that using Chandra X-ray Observatory data, they discovered that that black hole seems to squelch star formation in that very center region of the galaxy. And the black hole slurps up some of that material that could have gone into star formation, making them extra big. I started thinking about these lone galaxies making it through all of cosmic time without connecting up with their own kind. And I thought of the game Five Tribes. Five Tribes is a bit of a point salad game, but at its core, there is a Mancala mechanism. The play area is set up with a grid of tiles, and those tiles are each populated at the beginning of the game with 3 meeples. The meeples come in 5 different colors, representing those 5 tribes: assassins, builders, merchants, viziers, and elders. On a player's turn, they pick up all the meeples from one tile, and then they start placing them down one at a time on adjacent tiles, with the one rule being that the last meeple they place must have a friend of the same color on the tile it's placed on. Then they pick up all of those meeples of that color from that tile and do a couple of actions. One action based on the color and number of the meeples that they've picked up, and another action based on the spot that they ended up on. Those actions can include buying things from the market, collecting money for buildings surrounding that tile, picking up a djinn who can help you with some special powers throughout the game, or placing a palace or a palm tree on the spot, or even assassinating another meeple. In addition, if the player has emptied a tile during their turn, except for that first one they started with, they get to place a camel of their color on that tile. The game ends when either someone has placed their last camel, or there are no legal moves where you can place your meeples to end up on a tile with a matching color meeple. So at the end of the game, there are these lone little pockets of meeples scattered around the board. They've possibly moved from where they started the game, but they never met up with others of their same tribe. And those meeples who survived the whole game without getting slurped up by a player are the ones that remind me of those red nugget galaxies. So the next time you pull out 5 tribes, take a look at the board at the end of the game and think about those cool relic galaxies that we have as cosmic neighbors. Thanks for joining me. I will be back again soon with another Cosmic Game Connection, but in the meantime, you can look me up on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as @MeeplePhD, and you can follow my blog at meeplephd.com.